Hello, my name is Jamie and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Unlike other YouTube channels, this is a channel that only showcases shadow Pokemon. So if you're into that type of content, I'd appreciate it if you could like, comment and subscribe. So let's get into today's video. I'm sure, like me, you're all super hyped at seeing that Shaodw Cradily one-shot and everything. So as requested, I'm going to go through the Pokemon and you're going to be able to see its IVs and its movesets before the video starts. I'm also going to have them on the left-hand side. So let's get into the team. We're bringing back Shaodw Hypno as a Skarmory replacement. I like Shaodw Hypno. It's the only thing that my backline really struggles with are fighters. Skarmory is also neutral to counter. So like you saw in some of my previous battles, I was really struggling with these counter users. The team we're running today is a Shaodw Hypno lead with Cradilly save switch and Shadow Swampert in the back. This team has a couple of obvious weaknesses. If we see something like an Obstagoon or a Scrafty, we're going to be in real trouble. However, I'm sure we can always play our way out of it. I think the Hypno Cradily core is going to be really good, as the only thing that Cradily really struggles with is counter users. The only thing that Hypno really struggles with are the bulky dark types such as Mandibuzz and Umbreon. And like you saw in the last video, Cradily, even in the 2 shield, can win them matches. So without any further ado, let's get into the battles. Moving on into this first game, we've got our Shaodw Hypno lead into, let's hope it's a more positive lead than we were getting yesterday. So Hypno into Shaodw Flygon. Shaodw Flygon, and it is on the new Dragon Tail. Like we showcased the other day, this is real bad for us. It is really oppressive and it does outpace us. We're going to go for this Ice Punch. We'll see if they want to respect it. They do respect it. They are going to beat us to the moves, as their charge moves are only 35 energy and ours are 45. Charge move coming through, we're going to have to let it go, as they would beat us to the next move. We're going to come in now with our Cradily and get ahead on energy. We are going to have to shield once and we have to let one Dragon Claw go. First charge move coming through. We'll shield the first one up in case they go for an Earth Power, but I expect they're going to go back-to-back Dragon Claws. There's the first one. And the second one coming through. We sneak for a Bullet Seed. This is going to get us quite low, but we are loaded on energy. And as you've seen before, Cradily is deadly. So they come in with a Quillfish. This is pretty bad for us. We're going to fire off this neutral Grass Knot, as it is neutral due to the poison and water typing. And we swap out into our Swampert. Opponent is staying in, which makes me wonder what they've got in the back. They're going to get off an Aqua Tail, so we're going to let this go through. They're shortly going to have to get off another one. We get a mudshot through, which is great. We're going to have to shield this last one up, and I expect they will switch out. We'll see what they've got in the back. In the back is a Jellicent. We're going to try and time our charge moves so we don't let any hexes through. They're at 2 at the moment. Hydro Cannon coming through. We're going to need at least 3 to take them out. That's the second Hydro Cannon coming through. This should get them, now start to get them quite low, and it's now going to be a race. That's 4 and 5. Swampert winning CMP, and that's going to take care of the Jellicent. Them staying in there might have just cost them the game. We're going to look to switch out as our switch timer's up. You know what time it is. Big Stone Edge coming. Will this Stone Edge be enough to KO? There it is, and that's a GG's. Moving on into this next battle. We've got our Shaodw Hypno lead into a Swampert. This is a kind of neutralist matchup. Depends if we can sneak any confusions through. They are over farming. They've timed their charge move well, so we haven't got a confusion through. Hydro Cannon coming through. We are going to let it go. We do manage to get to this Ice Punch. Let's see if the Swampert wants to shield. They do shield. They're going to get into the next charge move about now. And we're actually going to let it go. As we know, we've seen in previous battles, Cradily head and energy is deadly. We're going to look to farm down. They are going to make a charge move. The Hydro Cannon does hurt as it is neutral due to our rock and grass typing. So we're going to shield this up and completely farm down. And let's see what they come in with. It's actually a Machamp. So we're in a bit of trouble here. We're going to fire off this Grass Knot and look to instantly swap into our Swampert. We get the last shield and we both swap. In the back they've got a Hypno. So what you're going to see here is we're going to look to get this Hypno low. However, we can't allow the Machamp to come in and farm our Swampert down, as they'll be able to fire off a cross chop into our Cradily, winning the match. So what you're going to see me do here is I'm just going to completely mudshot. We've got the Hydro Cannon, but we're not going to throw it. We're now going to have to put faith in our Cradilly, completely farming down. So we're going to shield this up because they've got enough for a Shadow Ball. And now we're going to have to completely bullet seed them down before they get to another move. 1, 2 confusions, 3 confusions, and we do it. We've got the back-to-back. Counter comes through, but it's going to make no difference. They've only got 3 counters. They need 2 more to get to the cross chop. First one gets them low, second one takes them out. So you can see there, by us not firing off the charge move, we found our win condition. GG's to the opponent. Off to a 2-0 start on our Elo reveal set. Let's see if we can continue the momentum into this third battle. And we meet an Azumarill. This is a fairly decent matchup for us. Our Hypno is able to win in any even shielding scenarios. Our confusion damage is really oppressive and we are running Thunder Punch. Charge move coming through. They've only thrown 6 bubbles, so this is either a play rough or an ice beam bait. They go for the ice beam. We no shield. Now we're going to fire off this Thunder Punch. Let's see what the opponent wants to do. They let it go through, so we're going to be able to beat them to this next move. I imagine if they don't shield, this will be enough to take them out. The opponent does put up a shield, and they're going to have to fire off a charge move. They're going to be unable to bubble us down. We're going to allow our Hypno to come down, and you know what we're going to do. We're going to bring the Cradilly in and look to farm down. We're going to have to probably shield an ice beam, which they get to here, but the Cradilly is going to be loaded on energy, which is deadly. So we're going to shield this ice beam up. We're now in even shieldings. However, our Cradilly is over 50 energy. Let's see what they come in with. Yet again, they come in with another fighter. So we're going to fire this grass knot off, which will get the Medicham quite low, which does over half health. We bring in our Swampert, and they actually switch out into a Skarmory. So yet again, we're going to time our charge moves to get no extra air slash through, and we're going to massively outpace this Skarmory. First Hydro Cannon comes through, does over half health. We actually beat them to this next move just before they get to a Sky Attack, so they're either going to have to let it go, or they're going to have to shield to get off their own charge move. They do shield, delayed CMP I think, and they're going to fire off this Sky Attack, so we're going to shield it up, and now we're going to over farm. 1, 2 air slashes, 3 air slashes, 4 air slashes. We're going to fire off here. This will be enough to take care of the Skarmory, and we'll have enough energy to beat the Medicham to a move, with Swampert clutching out this game. Hydro Cannon coming through, and that's enough to take out the Medicham. That's GG's to the opponent. Moving on into this fourth matchup, we're off to a 3-0 start. Let's see if we can keep this momentum coming. So we have a Shaodw Hypno into a Scrafty. As we said at the start of the video, Scrafty and Obstagoon are 2 things that we really have got no answer for. This Scrafty actually beats our entire team. So we're going to have to hope they're baiting. I'm not going to shield them up. The opponent actually goes straight foul play. That's fine. We're going to fire off this Thunder Punch. Let's see what the opponent wants to do. The opponent shields. They realise as we're staying in, we're probably double weak to this thing. They've only thrown off 5, so I know it's going to be a pop. So what you're going to see here is me yet again under tap. I'm not tapping the screen. I'm going to wait for the move to light up, which it does there, and I'm going to fire off this charge move. The under tap's key is 1 more confusion there, but probably would have took us out, as you can see there. So the under tap gets a nice bit of damage. They're at 5 counters. They're throwing another pop. I'm not going to shield because I don't want to shield a pop, but it is going to quite hurt. We're going to over farm a bit. I really hope this Scrafty doesn't shield, as we're going to be in a real spot of bother. The opponent does shield, and this Scrafty's almost run through 2 of our Pokemon. We're quite close to Hydro Cannon. I'm going to have to use a shield to get rid of this Scrafty, as our Cradilly doesn't want to see these triple boosted counters. So I'm going to fire this off. I'm going to be instantly swapping. You can see me spamming the Cradilly. Let's see what they've got in the back. They've got an Azumarill. And in the back, they've got a Skarmory. So this game is possibly, we're in an alright position, but I think we're just going to not have enough HP to take both Pokemon. Stone Edge coming through. We get the Bullet Seed through. I'm not going to shield this Sky Attack. We're going to over farm as much as possible. However, we're starting to get really low, so I'm going to have to fire this Stone Edge off, as even the bubbles are hitting for neutral. Like we said before, our grass rock typing takes neutral to bubbles. We have got a shield, but I think at this stage, the Azumarill is just going to completely bubble us down. I'm going to have to save that shield for Season 9. Grass Knot does a lot of damage. Bullet Seed versus Bubble. Unfortunately, we just managed to get bubbled down. GG's to that opponent. Real tough lead, but we did manage to make the game close. You can see there again the power of Cradilly. Into this final match of the set. Let's see if we can end it on a good note. Another problematic Pokemon for our team. Shadow Abomasnow. Opponent staying in. We are going to look to win this lead, and our back Pokemon really don't want to see it. They fire off a Weather Ball. We time my charge move well, no Powder Snow through. This neutral Ice Punch would do a lot. I expect the Abomasnow to shield, which they do. They overfarm. They've actually overfarmed that much that they're going to now have to shield to get this move off. Ice Punch coming through, the opponent double shields. We sneak the Confusion through, so I now know that I'll be able to shield this up and Confusion down before they make another charge move. So we win the 1 versus 2 shields with Shaodw Hypno, which is great for us. They bring a Sableye in, so you see there I bank the Thunder Punch in case I need it for later, and I go into our safe switch of Cradilly. Charge move coming through, this purified Sableye can only throw Foul Play, as due to our rock typing the return would be resisted. I'm going to shield this up, we're going to look to get this Grass Knot off, which will do huge damage. And now we're going to look to Bullet Seed down. They are going to get to another charge move, but Cradilly is quite thick. It's going to be able to tank it with no problem. Foul Play coming through. Gets us into the red, but Bullet Seed is going to beat Shadow Claw, and the opponent must have something weak as they quit the match. GG's to that opponent. As you can see here, we managed to start our season on a race to Legends only using Shadow on 2074. And that was the battles for today. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching.